Mitraya Namaha. Welcome to VSP Teneti channel, and today we are going to discuss something very simple but has profound influence in your spiritual journey as well as your day-to-day life, right? So those who are into spiritual path, or those who are into tantric way, or those who are into something to do with their body, or something to use this mechanism to reach higher ascensions in life, or in your throughout your spiritual or tantric journey, you want to experience something else than what regular experiences you see, then your asanam or your body posture is so important, and it plays such a vital role in your taking up those energies into your body. So today we cannot discuss all the asanas, or we cannot discuss entire body postures in such a small video, but I'll tell you what, a small change or a subtle change in your lifestyle can lead to enormous growth in your spiritual journey. So first thing I want to address here is, how do you sit? How much time do you sit in a day, or in what posture you sit determines the quality of life you are living. And this is not joke. People want a scientific proof, and you can get so much of scientific information on this. So I thought I will touch on this matter. Sadhaks, dear Mitras, please do not sit. That's our topic for today. So let's dive into the topic and see how do you generate that enormous amount of energy in your body by just sitting in a proper manner. So let's see how do we do that. It is now established that if you sit more than 9 hours 20 minutes a day, if you are sitting for 9 hours 20 minutes a day, you are bound to get cardiac diseases. Cardiac in the sense heart diseases. Suppose you are sitting for 9 hours 20 minutes as a on an average per day. If you are constantly sitting, then you are tend to get affected with cardiac diseases, heart diseases. So those who are sitting for 6 hours 40 minutes of a time span, they are at a moderate risk of getting diseased. Suppose if you are sitting for 6 hours, then the chance for your lower part of the body becoming weak and prone for those clot formations will be more if you are sitting somewhere between 6 hours and 9 hours. So this you have a lot of scientific data, you can just Google and see. At the same time, spiritual inclinations or spiritual implications are so many if you are sitting in a wrong posture. This has become a habit. Whenever people come to your home or you go somewhere, people say, please sit down sir, please sit down sir, please sit down sir, right, or please sit down ma'am, whatever. So it is like this. The more you ask people to sit, the more you sit for a longer time, you are inviting diseases into you. And so let's make this a practice. Whenever whoever comes to your home or whoever you go and meet, ask them not to sit, ask them to stand and talk, right? This may look funny, but this is the reality. If you wish someone having a good health, ask them not to sit for a very long time, because that leads to cardiac or heart diseases. As a spiritualist, if you see, if you are sitting in a wrong posture, that will lead to closing of your chakras, that will lead to bending of your spine. Your spine is considered as a Brahma Dandam, or the it is like the strength, the support for your entire life. So if your spine is bent like this, or because of these mobile phones you are constantly looking at like this, this entire skeletal structure is designed in such a beautiful curvature. You have to maintain that curvature to have a healthy life. If your spine is unhealthy, you will become unhealthy eventually. So your spine health is determined by the way you sit. It is not the way you sleep I'm talking about. I'm talking about the way you sit. The moment you sit, your lower part of the body, that is from the from your thighs to the toes of your body, gets shut off. The power gets just switched off. Okay, so the lower part of the body will become lifeless when you sit, right? The moment you sit, it gets cut off, and the blood supply, for the upper body, suppose you think heart is as a pump, heart will pump the blood. For the lower body, your calf muscles will act as a heart. So the calf muscles are considered as heart for the lower body. So if your calf muscles are not compressing properly, or if your calf muscles are just lying there, your blood supply, the venous return, what is called as venous return, will not function properly. If the venous return is not active, or it is not coming up nicely to the heart, if the heart is not receiving blood, and a heart cannot pump blood properly, because heart is not pumping blood properly, heart has to compensate for that, and heart will compress more, heart will contract more number of times, and that leads to failure of the heart. The other aspect of if you see spiritually, is if you sit in a proper posture, asanam, your proper asanam or your proper sitting posture will make your body as an antenna to receive all the energy into your body. So if you are not sitting properly, if you are slouching like this, or if your neck is bent too much, or if your the skeletal system, the backbone, the neck, and the neck muscles, if they are strained too much, you will not receive energies. You see, if you observe those who are spiritually not in a good tone, or they are in an unspiritual way, their backbone is always bent, or they will not have any zeal or determination in life. If you see someone without any determination in their life, remember, their backbone may be compromised, right? One of the reasons, not always, but one of the top reasons, in fact. So you want your backbone to be strong. To keep your backbone strong, you want to sit properly. Majority of the times, don't sit. If you have to sit, by some chance you don't have any other option, you have to sit, then follow this simple technique. When you are sitting, you have to sit with your legs, one leg forward and one leg backward, right? Do not sit cross-legged, or do not sit with equal leg posture. You have to sit one leg forward and one leg backward, right? This you have to follow. When you're standing also, similar principle. Put one leg forward and one leg backward. This will reduce lot of pressure on your back, and you will start receiving the energies better. Okay, and how do you say, as a scientific person, I cannot quantify what energies, but as a spiritual person, the energies what you receive are very subtle and beautiful. You have to slowly get them into your body to feel that energy, right? That is one aspect I want you to understand. The second aspect is the chakras. All the chakras and your 72,000 nadis will become active, will be receptive to take the energy in, if you are sitting in a proper posture. If you are not sitting in a proper posture, I am sure your overall nadis, your chakras gets blocked, or they get closed, and you will not be able to receive the adequate energy what you want in life, right? This is another one. The other thing which I always suggest, which I always keep telling my students or my friends, is breathing. Once you sit properly, you will breathe properly. Once you sit properly, you will breathe properly. Remember this. If you are not breathing, suppose you are like this, you will not breathe your full vital capacity. You will only breathe up to 200, 250 ml. But general breathing should be, your lung capacity is 5 liters. So you will only breathe 250 liters of air. Suppose you are like this, you will be breathing only 250 ml of air, right? So you should be conscious of the way you sit will determine the way you breathe. You can observe it if you want. When you are you are bending like this, your breathing gets affected. But when you are stiff and strong like this, you need not be like this, you need not be like this, you can be stiff. You follow the anatomical curvature of your spine, right? It is a slight S-shaped curvature. You have to maintain that anatomical curvature. That way you will receive lot of energies, right? These three things spiritually you have to be mindful. So whenever someone comes to your home, this time you make a point that you don't ask them to sit. In fact, in the front room you should not have any chairs at all. Ask them to stand for some time, talk, and then sit. Maybe that will help. But that may look rude, but in fact you are helping them with good health, right? Don't take me wrong, but in fact if you are really concerned about someone's health, ask them to stand. Standing will help them to cope up with a lot of energies, right? This is one thing. Suppose if they are sick and all, you obviously have to ask them to sit, but otherwise only sick people sit. You should not sit. As a sadhak, as a spiritual seeker, you should not sit. If you want to sit, don't sit with bent back, right? The other thing which you have to understand is, if you are sitting, you have to sit back to the chair, okay, with whenever there is a curvature in your, suppose you are sitting to the wall, you observe there is a slight gap between your back and your lumbar back and the wall. So whenever you are sitting, put some cushion in between that lumbar space. Put some cushion there. If you can put that cushion and sit, your posture is automatically corrected. Okay, this is an essential part of your sitting, right? And when you are sitting on a chair, when you are sitting on a these rocking chairs, okay, sit at a 135-degree angle, right? Don't sit forward like 70, don't sit 90, sit at 135 degrees angle. You have to press back and sit like that. That way your sitting posture will improve, your breathing will improve, and your lungs will expand properly, and your chakras will receive adequate amount of air energy, and that way that will help you in your receptiveness of the energies. So sitting is very, very important. I suggest you do not ask your friends or colleagues or your relatives or your those who are very close to your heart to sit. Don't ask them to sit. You are compromising their health. The other aspect of if you are talking scientifically, the other aspect which is very, very important when you are sitting is putting your arms on the chair. When you are sitting and resting your arms on the chair, right, that will lead to so many disorders, so many problems. What will happen in a brief note? The moment you sit with your resting arms, first is your electrical activity in the legs gets off. The other thing is your caloric burn, that is the amount of calorie you burn will drop to almost 1 calorie a minute, and then your fat consumption of the fat drops down to 80%. 80% your fat gets accumulated, and then your insulin efficiency will reduce almost up to 80%. Your insulins don't work. Your insulin, if it is not working, your sugar levels increase. Insulin will come and eat away all the sugar or reduces the sugar levels. Suppose if your insulin is becoming inefficient, your sugar levels increase. Once your sugar levels increase, you will become more diabetic. Suppose you are already diabetic, make sure that you stand, you walk for a long time, right? Do not sit with resting arms or sit or slouch on your chairs, right? The other thing is stress will increase. Those who are sitting for a long time, they will become stressful. Those who are sitting for a long time, they will become stressful. This is almost synonymous. So now, then how do we manage this? How do we change it? What is the best sitting posture? As I told you, sit whenever you are sitting, and that is, if it is compulsory, you have to sit. Suppose you are in an office, you cannot stand for 8 hours. So when you are sitting, you have to sit at 135-degree angulation, right? Or have a table length of this size and keep your laptop or a phone or whatever working area at this level, right? With the backbone and neck muscle straight, right? And the other thing which I want all of you to remember is every 25 minutes is a 5-minute break for you to walk here and there. Every 25 minutes you have to walk for 5 minutes. When you are talking on a phone, walk. When you want to drink water, stand and walk. And people sit and drink water. In fact, there is no relation. People say if you sit, the digestive system goes, and nothing. There is no reality in that. At some stages, some scientific literature supports it, but I generally, as a spiritualist, don't see any big difference. You want to sit peacefully and drink, that's a different story altogether. But if you sit, your intestines will be opening and all. That is all. I don't think that is reality. And then whenever you are talking to your colleagues, stand and talk. Whenever you are on phone, stand and talk. And whenever you are you are doing work without your brain involved, you have to walk, right? Whenever you are focusing or studying, you can sit. Whenever you are working on a job, you can sit. But when your brain is not active, suppose you are doing household works, or you're just watching TV where your brain is not too much active, then you can walk, or you can do your treadmill and watch your IPL matches, like that. So these things you have to keep in mind. And as a spiritualist, remember, this good sadhak will have backbone straight. It is not stiff, it is straight. Okay, I want to emphasize on that. It is not stiff, it is straight one. The other thing is, if you are putting your backbone straight, remember to think about your breath also. You have to keep on breathing rhythmically up to your end of your backbone. Suppose you don't want to do it full day, at least for 5-10 minutes of a day, you have to breathe rhythmically. That is one very, very important aspect that will help you in gaining those energies. And you don't have to go to anything else. Your chakras automatically slowly opens up, and you can get that feel of an energy, right? And hope this helps. If you are still having any trouble understanding this, you can please put it in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer, and most of the aspects I've covered. In case you still have any doubts or confusions, you can ask. First is sit. If you're sitting at 135, legs forward and backward, one leg forward and one leg backward, backbone straight. And at your lumbar junction, whenever there is a curve, you have to put some pillow or some kind of soft tissue there, right? So hope this helps. I'll see you in the next video. Subscribe to VSP 1080 channel. Mitraya Namaha.